special focus on the continuous coverage as far as the Olympics Paris is concerned. The 2024 Paris Olympics was filled with hope and heartbreak for Indians. Making the nation proud was India's golden boy Neeraj Chopra, who bagged a silver medal in men's javelin. On the other hand, Indian men hockey team clinched bronze for 2 consecutive Olympics. Hopes were also pinned on wrestler Vinesh Phogat. However, she was disqualified ahead of her 50 kg women's freestyle final. Now, the Court of Arbitration for Sport has agreed to hear Vinesh Phogat's plea for a silver medal today at 5:30 p.m. Meanwhile, Neeraj Chopra, who is now the man of the hour, bagged a silver medal with a throw of 89.45 meters. His best throw came on his second attempt, but he struggled with 4 consecutive foul throws, which prevented him from winning gold. Pakistan's Arshad Nadeem secured the gold medal, marking his country's first individual gold at Summer Games. With this, the silver medal Neeraj joins an elite list of Indian athletes who have won multiple medals at the Olympic in the individual sport. Joining me right now on the broadcast is Siddharth Raut, who was an international tennis player, and Mir Ranjan Negi, who is an Olympian and a former Indian hockey player. I appreciate you both joining me on the broadcast, and thank you for speaking to NewsX. While the man of the hour indeed is of course Neeraj Chopra, but of course concerns and worry somehow loom around the performance and as far as the controversy that has also been surrounded against Vinesh Phogat's disqualification as far as the moment is concerned. Siddharth.
Yeah, I know it's very unfortunate by such a small margin. She has to miss out her silver medal. I hope so. The arbitration has a positive result and she can get her silver medal, at least silver medal, which she, I think, deserves it.
Well, of course, while we also say that she must have been in the deserving category for having the silver medal, what remains to be also understood is the reason why essentially this controversy broke out around Vinesh Phogat's qualification is concerned. Is it more, in your opinion, Siddharth, is it more on the part of IOA that this must have been prevented? Because clearly there are 2 sides of the story. One is that she was not allowed to also take the lead or to be qualified for the 53 kgs, or another one is the kind of experience she had to go through for cutting down her weight and overnight, even when the blood was also pumped out, to be in the 50 kgs category. And the another one, of course, remains to be for the qualifying basically parameters, which did not even in this concern did not even let her go, despite her having played for the entire day back-to-back matches.
Yes, I understand it, but I think they're very strict with the rules, and but after all, what can I say? Because after all, the rules are rules, but it's very unfortunate because some margin should be given, because I think I heard in semis also she was able to put her weight down in the category, and so just 100 grams is being very strict with the rules and not going to the deserving candidate, so I wish if she can have that medal she deserved, and for the semis also she was able to put on the category less than 50 kg, so I think that should be considered, and hopefully everything gives a positive news. So that's
Siddharth, when it comes from this platform, when we talk about the Paris Olympics, you yourself have represented India, and of course, being in the international sports also coming from country, what essentially do you also look at while the performance of, when we talk about Neeraj Chopra is concerned? Everyone was expecting a gold, but now we have silver and we are celebrating it in a same manner as we would have in the gold as well. How would you respond to what has happened there in the javelins throw? And what were you expecting from his performance, essentially?
I was also expecting gold because I think he has been very consistent in the past 2, 3 years because uh, out of 18 or 17 tournaments, he has won gold in 11 tournaments. So everyone was expecting him to get the gold. But you know, no, like kudos to the Pakistani player. He had his like best record. So I don't think so. Neeraj like lacked something, but I think the Pakistani on that given day he did really well. So I think we should just congratulate and move on with the process and on to the next tournament with the Neeraj Chopra. So a
All
good
right,
performance
Siddharth.
overall.
I'll
Yeah.
request you to kindly stay on with us on the broadcast while I also bring in my other guest on the broadcast, Mr. Mir Ranjan Negi, who's also a former Indian hockey player and Olympian himself. I appreciate you joining us on the telecast, sir. How would you respond to, essentially, firstly, what I want to ask about is the performance by Indian hockey team at the Paris Olympics. What was your first reaction?
I believe the Indian team played its heart out, and in this particular competition, the players who went there, they had gone with a different mindset. We had a psychologist coach there, Paddy Upton, who was earlier with the cricket team. Then we had some fantastic coaching team with us. I'm getting some rebound here in my eyes regarding the voice. But all in all, everybody expected this team to win the gold the way they started this competition. And the way they defeated Australia, the team who has defeated us by a margin of 7-1, 8-0. In fact, in the last Olympics, when we won the bronze medal, even in the league stages, Australia had defeated us by 7-1. So defeating that team, playing a match of their life against Great Britain, it had so much, we were expecting this team to win the gold, but for a small problem, the red card in the tournament, Amit Rohidas, we were not expecting that red card. The entire nation was shocked when he was shown the red card. And if you see, both the goals which Germany scored were from the same angle from where the rusher Amit Rohidas runs. So it was very disappointing, but the way Indian team again came back, composed themselves after the loss against Germany and played in the finals, we all were very, very happy. Especially we were very happy for our goalkeeper PR Shrijesh and the captain Prabjot Singh.
How would you view the performance, especially when you spoke about this particular name that you have taken of the goalkeeper, PR Shritesh? How would you view this? And were you expecting this? Were you expecting this to be the highlight of the hockey performance of India as far as the Paris Olympics is concerned? And secondly, were you expecting a bronze, or were your hopes too high for a gold?
For me, I think, not for me only, but the entire nation was expecting a gold from this team. The way they had prepared so well, and they had such seasoned and experienced players, and I believe that this team, they had two players who were playing their fourth Olympics. These players, they were part of the think tank. They were like the captains, and they were involved in the team strategy. So this team was bound to win. And we had Harmanpreet as the captain, who was leading from the front. In fact, the passes, overhead passes, what he was giving, the throws he has given. And it was an unbelievable performance. Shrijesh, he was playing his fourth Olympics. He had announced his retirement. To play 20 years for your country, 2 decades, more than 300 matches, and winning 2 medals for the country back to back. Last also we had won the bronze. It is not an easy task. It is not an easy task. Standing under the ball, composed, and there is so much of pressure. You cannot imagine the pressure what they went under through. And I really salute the entire performance of the Indian team.
Mr. Negi, what I want to know from you is essentially how you view this entire controversy. You know, you have been a very crucial part of how India's performance at the Olympics has been. So how do you view what has been unfolded in Vinesh Phogat's case? And now the Court of Arbitration for Sports is going to hear the case, and the controversy over the 100 grams has led to, you know, Vinesh getting this kind of responses. These are both mixed responses, one supporting, one alleging her. How do you view this as a person who has been in the sports fraternity, person who himself has been at the forefront? What is your first reaction to when this controversy and this incident in particular broke out?
Well, when we lost the Asian Games in 1982, everybody blamed me. You know, they said that Negi has taken 1 lakh rupees for each goal. I was branded as a traitor. And there are so many stories. Similarly, for Vinesh Phogat, for 100 grams, you see so many stories coming up now. And you cannot imagine the trials and tribulations which that girl must be undergoing through. And to reach to that level requires so much of determination, so much of resilience, so much of hard work, and reaching there and losing the gold just by 100 grams. It was really, really sad. I don't know. I don't want to blame anyone. In fact, but I'm not happy with the way the bad news is spreading around. You know.
What is the bad news? If I want to know that, in your opinion, what is the bad news? That the 100 grams had to be forcefully adjusted?
See, in the first place, there are rules of the game. Not 100 grams. Even if you are, I think, 15 or 20 grams also, you are out of this. So there has been some mistake, definitely, on the part of the entire this thing. And that girl, which when we hearing the stories, whole night she is awake and she is sweating out, and they are ready to cut their hair. What is this? I mean, it was very saddening. It was very, very saddening. And I think you can understand her pressure and the way she said, no, enough of kushti now, and she wants to retire. It is not a joke to wear your country's color and play for India. Not a joke. People may say anything, but it is very very depressing to listen to such stories now.
Mr. Negi, I'll request you
It
to
is
kindly
time that India should support her.
I'll request you to kindly stay on with me. I'll also like to bring in my guest earlier who was with me, Siddharth. While he is, of course, expressing the disappointment on the kind of exposure this controversy has rather received, how do you view her decision of retirement from the wrestling? In the sports fraternity, such wins and losses are often regarded as a part of the process and game. But a formal declaration, rather, on this manner about the retirement is, of course, being questioned at a given sensitive time. Siddharth, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's very saddening to see because, you know, you can see the emotions of her, what she's going through right now through the tweets. And it's really sad because, you know, she has given so much effort for the medal and ending it like this by, you know, a narrow margin, like 100 grams. So definitely it's a very unfortunate situation, but I hope if she can come back and give it a more try, because she's the first woman wrestler to score silver on the books. So I think she has the potential, and hopefully after some times she can take decision once once she's back and discuss with the people around. And I think she has the potential, and she should give one more try for the next upcoming tournaments. I hope so. It happens like that.
Well, certainly, Mr. Negi Siddharth says that he continues to hope for a U-turn in this regard. What are your thoughts when you heard this thing first? Right shortly after a disqualification, we see a tweet in which she formally announced her retirement. And she has been the same person who was seen, fighting on the streets of the country for receiving justice. And of course, when she represented India at the Olympics, there was a hope, and there was just not hope. There was immense amount of hope of fighting back against the system. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And now we have, the court hearing this case in her regard against her disqualification. Mr. Negi, how do you see this entire episode? Do you think the retirement decision is somehow given and understood?
Where some of the athletes of foreign countries, they participate in the Olympics with the hope of winning 6-7 gold medals. Our entire nation is struggling and not even winning a gold. A nation of 140 crore people. So there must be something wrong with the system, definitely. And the way Punjab government said that, Vinesh Phogat will be given a hero's welcome. She will be given the same facilities what she would have got had she not got disqualified. So these things are heartening. These things will help other athletes pick up the game. If something like this happens to the other players, you can imagine their plight, what they will think. Sporadic attempts have been made in the past, to revive sports in the country, but something, a sort of revolution needs to be done. Something where we will be participating in 122 Olympic competitions which are being held in the Olympics. In the Olympics, we participate only in 18 competitions, So how do you expect more medals when you are participating only in 18 events? So something drastic needs to be done, and it is high time that the overall things to be revamped in a way.
So your suggestion currently also sticks around a considerable look at how the system is treating the athletes and at what level they are being assisted as well. Mr. Negi and Mr. Siddharth, thank you for also joining us and giving your time to us on the broadcast, and essentially your takes on what India has performed on the Olympics in Paris. While India has indeed been a proud nation with adding more medals in the tally, it continues to look with hope and pride going further.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.